So I wanted to do a video for y'all, more of a technical breakdown of what a weights practice looks like for me. And this stems from a comment that I got on the previous video, asking a specific question about how, what am I feeling, or how do I know kind of what's going on during a throw. So to answer that question, my practice routine, my practice ritual is, I do the throws and I video the throws, not only to post cool content, but to look at my own technique. And then, so I video the throw, then I watch the throw and kind of validate what I felt against what actually happened. And, just to make sure that the feel is real. Because sometimes the feel ain't real, guys. You think a certain thing was happening and it wasn't even close to it. So I like to video it, and then I watch it. Then I, make any adjustments, or, kind of have a new cue in my head, or refine my cue a little bit, and then do another throw. So I think it's really important for y'all to remember to video your throws, and then, you look at it yourself so that you can acknowledge what's actually going on, and then maybe send it to somebody, send it to me, whatever, to maybe get some breakdown of what's going on. So this is going to be just a quick little video of a handful of the throws from what my warm-up, just a couple of warm-up throws on through the heavyweight, and then into some full throws with the lightweight. And then I hope that y'all can get something out of this. Again, this is generated from a comment that was made in a previous video. So if you have any questions, I do encourage you to reach out. I'll do my best to answer those questions, maybe film a video, maybe do a real good breakdown for you. So hope this is helpful for y'all. If there's anything else you want to know, let me know, and I'll see if I can make it happen. All right, guys. So I start my practice a lot of times with some partial drills. I'm not doing full throws. I'm doing some sort of drill to help me with a specific thing. So in this practice, I'm doing the cast and throw drill. And as I've mentioned before, the cast and throw is to kind of reinforce that I need to be patient coming out of the cast, wait on the weight to kind of find the low point in the back. And then what I'm looking for out of the drill is to be on balance when I deliver the throw. What that's going to translate into in a full throw is that I will be able to be upright when I go into the second wind. And I'm waiting on the weight to come from the low point and then pushing it to a new high point to initiate that second wind. So that's why I use this drill. That's what it's for. As you can see, just a normal wind up like it would be in a full throw. Try to get low out of the back, wait for that low point, and then give it a good push into the field. Just a second, exactly the same thing. I lost a little balance, but I'm not terribly worried. You see, I kind of fell into the forward a little bit. It's no big deal. Then I got into some heavyweight throws. I did a couple other things leading up to these, but basically did a couple drills and then into the heavyweight throws. So things that I'm doing, what I'm looking for in a good throw is trying to stay, the very initiation of the throw, trying to stay back on my hips. Don't let the weight pull me forward towards the field. Then get low in the windup. Let that weight get as high as it needs to get. That's not something that, as high as you can still keep control of it. Don't necessarily need to think about duplicating what another more experienced thrower is doing. It's just really about what you can handle and what you can keep balance while doing. And then I really do try to focus. My intention is to think about having that weight almost skim the ground. If there was tall grass there, I would definitely be skimming the grass. But I'm still trying to just push it to a low point out of the back here. And then let the weight start coming around before I really move my feet and initiate here. So you can see the weight's up maybe about a 45 degree off of the back line before I start lifting my feet. And you can see there's a high point there. My feet are still not quite switched. And then boom, the feet come down, and now my feet are switched. And I still have a lot of room in the back to let that weight kind of accelerate back towards the ground. Um, like I said, I'm trying to, with the cast and throw drill, something I like to try to fix is not having as much forward lean as I have there. A little different with the heavyweight versus the light, but it is what it is. And then as you'll notice, my left hand stays up, and I'm kind of pointing into the direction that I ultimately want to go, and then drive towards the front. You can see I kind of go straight at the front rather than off to the left. Ideally, my left foot will land a little bit more open in that position there, but this isn't terrible. Again, especially for the heavyweight. The heavyweight looks different than the lightweight because it just doesn't move as fast. And then waiting on another low point there, and then pushing out towards the field. Now, on this particular throw, I was pushing through pretty good, trying to practice patience. That was the cue of the day, was patience. And I was a little too patient. Where I could have been pushing on the weight about here, I was waiting a little bit long, and then I didn't start really pushing on it until about there. And that just resulted in me feeling like I lost the weight a little bit, like I wasn't quite aware of the weight as far as where I was in space, but I still was able to catch it, find it, and give it a good push. Nice high release, and then got some height on the implement, which resulted in a 41 foot throw. Another throw here, another decent 40-foot throw. Watch it in real time. In my opinion, much smoother effort. Little off balance on the finish, but a little bit smoother effort on that one. And then the final throw with the heavyweight. Again, one thing that I have been working on for both my heavy and my light is not trying to watch the weight to the finish. That's another cue that's currently in my practices, is not basically it's almost like a look away finish, like a no look finish, because I find that getting my eyes and my head through all the way is going to allow for me to get a better release, and I'm going to follow through and finish the throw better. So that's been kind of on the forefront of my mind. When I remember to do it, I feel like I get a good release. And in this one, I think I did pretty good on it. Again, another 40-foot throw. And then I moved on to the lightweight. This is the first throw with the lightweight. And, you know, that adjustment between the last throw on the heavy and the first throw on the lightweight, there's always a little of adjustment there. You know, the weight is half the weight. So you can start getting a little bit quick with it, a little bit fast, you know, because you've been throwing that heavy weight and you're kind of accommodated to it. But this was all in all a pretty good throw. Maybe a little fast going from the first to the second wind, but I was able to actually pivot around my left foot really quickly, and didn't get quite as much drive towards the front. But there were some good things that happened in this throw, and I think if I could get a little bit more push along with that good rotation through the middle, this could be a very, very good throw. It was somewhere in the neighborhood of 75, 76. Got a good push on it at the end. Maybe a little bit of a rip, maybe a little bit of a pull when I'm thinking push, but the rest of these were all pretty decent pushes. And again, the no-look finish there, that is on purpose, to really get the follow-through. And again, no-look finish, and I got really good lift on that one. Final throw of the day here. And again, you see my finish position there. That's what I was talking about. That having that left foot track further over to the left, that should be happening in your lightweight. It just allows you to use more trig space. It allows you to get your hips more open towards the end of the throw, so that you can really get the right hip through and really get some good lift on it. I'm posted hard on that left leg. You can see it's kind of wrapped up a little bit. My hips are almost facing 10 o'clock. My hips are almost going 10 o'clock while my foot is still kind of facing forward. I'm getting a lot of wrap around that left post leg, and then pushing through on the right leg. So I had nice tall hips at the end, which is exactly what you want to have. That means you got the lift that you needed to have, and you're able to push that weight through. Again, push and not pull. Waiting on it to get down here at the back. I can get it to get right there. Down here at the back, right here, before you really start pushing on it. And then you can really push it across the body, or push away from the body and out towards the field. Just allows for you to accelerate that implement the most possible before you have to release it. All right, guys, that's it. Those are all the throws of the day that I broke down. Again, fantastic weight practice with this one. Scott Farr brought some good energy to the field, and I was able to capitalize on that and really make some good technical throws that also went really far. And when that happens in just a regular practice, that is a good thing. Hope this was helpful for y'all. If you got any more questions to follow this up, please let me know.